Hey girl, are you live streaming? Geez Louise, I know we're not the first marketing gurus to talk about it, and we won't be the last, but that doesn't minimize the importance of live streaming in this accelerated virtual world that we find ourselves in. Your fans not only want to connect with you, but now expect to be able to connect personally with their favorite artists. This era of on-demand live streaming comes with good, bad, and downright ugly. With everyone and their mother live streaming, how do you keep up the grind, serve your fans, and fight the live streaming fatigue that comes with the territory? I'm Gracie Phillips with Full Stack Creative, and I've got some ways to help. First, establish a streaming schedule. I know you've heard this advice before, but I want you to think about it from a different perspective. Who are you live streaming for? This may seem like a silly question, but really think about it. What is the purpose of you going live? If it's to connect with your fans, then the first thing you need to do is get rid of the pressure and dread that comes with trying to keep up with the Joneses. With so many people jumping on the live streaming bandwagon, it's easy to start to compare yourself to others. But I have a secret for you. Not everything the successful indie next to you does is going to be the right move for you. You may look at another artist in your genre and say to yourself, well, they live stream 2 hours 3 times a week, and they're successful. So that means the only way for me to achieve success is to do the same. I need to rearrange every part of my life to make the same plan as them because that must be the correct path to success in my genre. But let me challenge that perspective with a story. One time, I was invited to an important stonks conference. The founder and CEO of a company that trains people in stonk trading strategies had this advice to give. Imagine 2 stonk traders. Trader 1, highly intelligent and understands the strategies, has the perfect plan, has thought every move through, knows what they're doing and why they're doing it. This plan is perfect and highly likely to succeed. Now, Trader 2, less knowledgeable, still has questions about advanced strategy, has a plan. It's not perfect, but it's a plan. It will likely need improving, but it's a place to start. Now imagine that Trader 1, with their high understanding of this perfect plan, doesn't execute any of it, or very little of it. The plan was logical, it made sense, it had a high chance of success, but was never brought to fruition. But Trader 2, while the plan had holes and needed improving, was fully executed. Who do you think he'd rather work with? I don't think it'll surprise you that his answer was Trader 2. What you can commit to and execute is the best plan for you. That doesn't mean that your plan can't improve, but you can't improve upon something that you can't execute. So don't look to everyone around you to decide what the best plan of action is for your music business. Look to those around you whom you admire for inspiration, but only base your solid plans, like a live streaming schedule, on what is realistic for you to implement with consistency. Number 2, serve your whole audience without splitting all your energy. While we're on the subject of being realistic, streaming on multiple platforms on a regular basis does not feel like a realistic goal. Not for me, at least. For example, I'm active on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Not to mention, I also work a full-time job and spend a fair amount of time actually working on my daggum music. Now, there is some overlap in my fan bases between those platforms, but overall, I'm serving a different audience on each of them. So how do I prioritize which ones get my time? I could pick which platform I like the best, or choose the one that I have the most fans on, or I could even attempt the suicide mission of doing a full live stream on each. I mean, if we're talking meaningful time spent with fans on each of those platforms, that could easily get up to 4 or 5 hours just to take turns live streaming on each platform. That's really not an option for me, which is why I'm all about finding smart ways to duplicate myself. And yes, you guessed it, I'm talking about human cloning. Just kidding. I'm talking about Restream. Using a program like Restream allows me to stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and even Instagram all at the same time, meaning I can take as long as I want on one meaningful live stream while serving 4 completely different audiences, and without asking my fans to leave the platforms that they're the most active on. But I wasn't always so smart and savvy with my time and resources. Have you ever been like dumb Gracie? At the beginning of the US quarantine, early 2020, I was trying to do it all. I knew my time was important, and I thought I found a helpful solution. I would use my phone, iPad, and computer all at the same time to stream to different platforms. And while it accomplished my mission of spending one session reaching my entire audience on multiple platforms, it also had an unintended effect.
I feel thin, sort of stretched, like butter scraped over too much bread. I need a holiday.
The issue was, there is truly not a reasonable way to keep up with 3 different groups of fans on 3 different screens at the same time. Which brings us to point 3. Engage with all your fans at once in the same place. Now, you may be thinking, Gracie, you just said there's not a reasonable way to keep up with 3 different groups of fans on 3+ different screens at the same time.
There is truly not a reasonable way to keep up with 3 different groups of fans on 3 different screens at the same time.
And you're right, I did just say that. I literally just said that, which is where unified chat comes in. With Restream, you not only have the power to serve all your audiences across multiple platforms at once, you also have the power to talk to them in one unified chat. When you connect your streaming sources to Restream, it brings each of those chat threads together right on your computer. And you can share that thread on your public screen so that none of your fans miss out on any of the fun. Which means when Susan asks a question about the new song you just released, or Maura on Facebook wants to know about your muse, everyone tuning in on other platforms you're streaming on sees that question instead right there on their screen, instead of being mad confused about why you just randomly started talking about your mom's dog, which the song is apparently about. Another important thing to note here is just how important it is to be connecting with your fans. Long gone are the days of how aloof can I be marketing tactics. For as curated and polished as social media can be, it has truly ushered in a new era. We can direct message our favorite artists, we can tag them in stories and posts, and we can comment on their posts. And to some degree, we expect to be able to connect with them on a different level than what was previously available to past generations. In the past, it was all about this impenetrable barrier between the artist and the fan. Now, it's almost completely the opposite. And the most successful artists have nailed this concept. An easy example of this is Taylor Swift. She replies to comments, she flies fans into private listening parties, she's even attended fans' weddings. And she arguably has one of the most dedicated fan bases on planet Earth. But it doesn't take someone at Taylor Swift level to surprise and delight your fans. Acknowledging their comments, answering their questions, and addressing them by name are all incredible ways to connect with your fans and show them how much you appreciate them taking time to show up for your events, like live streams. And Restream makes that easy by putting all your comments from all your platforms into one unified chat. Give your most dedicated fans the recognition they deserve and help people across all your platforms come along for the journey using Restream's chat feature. So, to recap. 1. Make a schedule that works for you because you can't improve on a system that you can't implement. 2. Find the nearest mad scientist and clone yourself. Just kidding. Get Restream, where you can bring together all of your audiences from all the platforms you're on into one place where you can put on the best damn live stream you're capable of. And 3. Don't waste time switching browser tabs and screens. Use Restream's unified chat feature to connect with all your fans at once, exactly where they are. Meaningful connection is one of the most important things you can foster as an independent musician, so why wouldn't you give yourself the tools to do that? Restream makes it easy. I hope these tips inspire and encourage you to reach your fans in an incredibly meaningful and powerful way, while also maximizing your time and resources. I've been Gracie from Full Stack Creative, powered by Restream. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on how you can become a full stack creative. And if you do, I'll see you in the next video.